We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Now the Michigan man, Jake Moody, to get us started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Again, it's Barkley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Inside the 10. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a...
We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This is Samuel. And now off to the races, down the right side. Inside the 20, Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 75 yards. And the Niners are on the board first here this afternoon. Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And the kick team down there quickly. They don't have to run as far as they used to. And they're able to stop him before he can even make it to the 15. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. And he takes a shot on the release as this be incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Hurts. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Again, it's Guerrero. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Isaac Guerrero, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Moody good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. And the good kick pays off as he's only able to get this out past the 10-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
A first down carry for Barkley. They juked him. Down the right sideline and down to the 27-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame. Nothing fancy there, a little smash-mouth football right up the gut on the dive, and it turns into a huge play.
You talk about the fastest way to the secondary. Right up the gut as you described and sprinted into the secondary for a long, long run.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 27. Up the middle with Barkley to about the 26 here.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, we're pretty early in this contest, and with 1 interception already thrown, when that ball was tipped in the air, I think he had to be wondering, could this be a second one, and was already battling in his mind how to handle it. Fortunately, that ball fell incomplete, and now he gets a chance to atone for what could have been a big error.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Flush to his right. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. And he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Purdy will set up to throw it here. That's into the hands of the rookie from Florida. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 36 yards on the play. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Now Samuel. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Jalen Carter in on that tackle. 2nd and 10. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Milton Williams. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And his kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And the returner down to a knee, and will come out to the 30-yard line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Running left, it's Barkley. Oh, nice move. There he goes, right side. Saquon Barkley, touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, 56 yards. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to him and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, it's Purdy. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now, Pat O'Donnell, he's in familiar territory. Did his collegiate punting in this stadium for the University of Miami. He's on to kick it away. Taking it about the 16. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
2nd down and 8. They'll go to Barkley again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Here's 3rd and 7. Now Hurts changing up the play. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. An audible here to get a new look. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession. Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. And he took that in one-handed. What a grab. So no gain on the play, and it'll be 4th down. As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. A little jet sweep to start the drive. He's to the 10, and he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Purdy going to give it to Garindo. At a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Juwan Jennings, a 5-yard touchdown. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to... Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time, and that's another great play to come away with the football.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Rolling, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brock Purdy taking it in from 2 yards out. And the 49ers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point try now for Moody. And the lead is now 24. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play. Multiple plays that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A handoff, Barkley running left. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And now look at this. big gain, but a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth-quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to...
Touchdown! Chris Conley, 60 yards. And the 49ers have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the fourth. Moody good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Barkley. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Now Hurts looking to change the play. Barkley inside handoff. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's 2nd and 7. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, Bob, because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks. Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11.
Mike 42, Mike 42, check, Mike 42. Switch.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Now Purdy. Eluding the pressure right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, You can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. That one looks like he'll throw here. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking the lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Times